Welcome, everybody, to another exciting DC Talk. This is episode number 166 here on the September the 5th of 2021. We are finally in the Burr months. Did you get that? September, October, November, December. We are finally in the Burr months. That means we are in the last stretch of the year, and let's finish off strong. But until we get to the end of the year, we have some other exciting announcements and things that took place this week in DC Universe. And here with me, as always, my sidekick, my friend, my co-host, Carrie.
Hey, you know how I tend to not like the cold mic?
Yes.
I could use some Burr right now because it's like 100 degrees over in LA, and my air conditioners are not liking having to compete with that, or not being able, not quite able to keep up right now. So, yeah.
Well, I can tell you, my electric bill appreciates the break in the heat wave we've had over here. And
oh yes, my electric bill is going to hurt this month.
Well, you just throw all caution to wind and say, you know what? Forget air conditioner. We'll just run fans, windows open. A little too hot for that. No,
a little too hot for that.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, hey, are you doing okay though? Besides the heat?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We are gearing up for our first dojo trip in like 2 years. We're going up to Berkeley next weekend. Nice. So if for some reason it's only Mike next weekend, that's why. Although it shouldn't be, because we should be back in time. I should be back in time to record, but we'll see. I'm not. As much as I love you guys, I'm not going to rush on your account.
As much as I love you guys, I'm not. I can't leave y'all with Mike for a week. That's what I thought you were going that sentence.
No. You left me alone with them for a while, so it's sometimes turnabout's fair play. That's
true. Oh, well, listen, I'm looking forward to tonight's show. We have some news, and then we have a Gideon's character archive, which I'm really excited about as well. And then the end, and we're Watchtower, we're going to finish off discussing The Long Halloween Part 2 and my thoughts about this movie. And then we're going to talk about, the next week, we're going to talk about the Necessary Evil, the supervillains of DC Comics. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk a little bit more about that one when we get to the Watchtower. But until then, let's go ahead and head into some news.
All right, so we're going to start off with a couple of public service announcements. The Snyder Cut releases on DVD, Blu-ray, etc. on Tuesday, the 7th.
By the way, if you have a Target near you, they have the 4K Blu-ray digital version of that movie for $24.99.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what I plan on picking up Tuesday sometime.
Yeah. Further public service announcement, the final season of Lucifer, Season 6, drops on Friday the 10th, which means I will have to wait until the next week because, again, I will be traveling this weekend.
I'm going to... What if I watch like a big spoiler and text you? Or let you know. Hey, Carrie.
You'd have to start. You'd have to start with season 1. I don't think you're gonna get to season 6 by the time I get back.
It's true, but I did see somewhere. I wasn't on Twitter or somewhere that that they said that the last episode will make you cry.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready?
I'm not ready.
I did see that. I'm like, oh.
I'm not ready. All right, but let's get into the actual news now. Batwoman season 3. We have a Poison Ivy casting. They've casted Bridget Regan as Poison Ivy. Okay. I am not familiar with her work. She did play Madame Mystique in season 2 of Agent Carter.
Yes,
and she's also in Jane the Virgin, Paradise Lost, and The Last Ship.
Yes, that's where I know her from. Is from Last Ship. So as soon as that name came up, I googled. Yep, I know who it is. So I know her from that one.
Cool. She has the look. She has the look down for Ivy, at least as far from the pictures I've seen. Mm-hmm. So, Shazam! Fury of the Gods director has confirmed that filming has wrapped. So
Nice.
I'm sure we'll be discussing. There'll be hopefully some of that discussed in our next item, which is DC Fandom 2021. We have some new details. For one thing, there's going to be a new trailer for the Batman sometime that weekend.
Nice.
They have said, let me just get the art.
By the way, while you're pulling that up, I was going to mention that it's supposed to DC Fandom is going to be October the 16th, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central. So, just keep that in mind for all those who are wondering when it's going to be.
All right, so we're gonna have a new trailer for the Batman. We're gonna have new content for League of the Super Pets. A first look at Black Adam, sneak peek at the Flash, behind the scenes for Aquaman and Shazam! Fury of the Gods. We're gonna have a look at Peacemaker, Aquaman, King of Atlantis. Some looks at Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, Titans, Young Justice, Phantoms, Sweet Tooth, Superman, Lois, The Flash, Batwoman, tribute to Supergirl, the 100th episode celebration for Legends of Tomorrow, first look at Naomi, sneak peek at Stargirl. I'm guessing that what's in store for next, for either the rest of the season or for next season.
Yeah, since it's been renewed, so that's good.
Reveals from Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, as well as panels for Batman Fear State, Black Manta, Wonder Woman, Historia, Nubia and the Amazons, Wonder Woman of the World, and a whole bunch more.
Yes.
So that is a lot of stuff getting packed into one weekend, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, so I mean, of course, I'm looking forward to a couple of those. I'm looking for a trailer for the Batman. Obviously, I'm actually looking forward to getting new content for the for the League of Super Pets.
Who are you? What have you done with Mike?
I know. Well, what was it? Oh, I saw the voice cast. I'm like, oh, I'm down for that. So sometimes the voice cast has to sell me. The Flash movie, I'm interested in a sneak peek of that. To see how far we've gotten with those kind of things. Doom Patrol we'll talk about here in just a second, and that highly unusual trailer we saw.
Highly unusual. That's put it lightly.
That's very put it lightly. For those who want to know, though, by the way, there is a separate DC Kids fandom that's coming at the same time to show the new content. But you can register at dcfandom.com. If you register at dcfandom.com, let's see, you will get I saw this, you gain access to members only exclusives. So when you register, you get kind of like a free thing leading up to DC Fandom, where you can get on DC Universe Infinite, which is the kind of the comic subscription, and they're going to release more than 300 comics and graphic novels before up to there. These titles include Flashpoint, the first volume of Injustice, and for the first time in the Universe Infinite, Carrie, the first volume of The Sandman.
Ooh, nice.
So
nice. That is my third public service announcement for this week, by the way. Sandman Act 2 drops on the 22nd of September, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's still going on, but Sandman Act 1 was free on Audible. I think this weekend was the last weekend for that.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't have Audible, so. Also, one thing they did last year, I think you had to get on, was it YouTube they had the event on, or was it just their website? Do you remember?
You know what? Last year I pretty much had the website open for most of the day.
So this year they'll have it on their website. They'll be doing it. They're streaming it on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and as well as Twitter too. So they're kind of expanding their platform. This is really okay. And I'm not saying this as this is not a knock against Marvel, but I am really shocked that like Disney has not done something like this with Marvel stuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
And DC is kind of pulled out of Comic-Con and say, we're doing our own event. And I'm kind of shocked it hasn't happened yet with something like Marvel, or something like Star Wars hasn't done that though either, have they?
Well, I mean, Disney does do like their earnings call and stuff, so
Right.
that's like Disney, like all of Disney. By the way, apparently I'm already signed up for Fandom because I was signed up last year. So yay!
Oh, so I need to check too. Sweet.
Yeah, check and see if your login is still valid for this year.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I get what you're saying. There really isn't a Marvel
Dedicated.
specific. Isn't really a Star Wars specific event happening, which is strange because I mean, you know, not to pull the whole rival fandom stuff, but you know, DC is doing that already. Star Trek is doing that already. Star Trek Day is Wednesday, and that's going to have a lot of announcements for, you know, the upcoming, the new upcoming stuff for Trek. But you know, the quote unquote rival properties, Marvel and DC and Star Wars, they're not doing crap
Right.
on their own. So
Who knows?
I guess on one hand they almost don't need to, but on the other hand, why wouldn't you?
Right, your fans want it. I mean, even if you don't have to drop trailers, you could just have panels, and your fans will turn around and watch panels with people.
Yeah.
So there's that. But that's DC Fandom, and we're looking forward to that. But we have another little movie coming out, don't we, Carrie?
Yes. So we are kind of sort of going to be revisiting the Batman the Animated Series universe, with a movie coming out called A Merry Little Batman Movie.
Yes.
And this movie is going to revolve around Damian Wayne.
Aw, Carrie's favorite Bat Robin.
No, not my favorite Robin. But
that's Jason Todd.
No, Mike. don't make me kick you off this call. I can do the show all by myself. We know this by now.
She can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So when a 6-year-old Damian Wayne finds himself alone in Wayne Manor, he must transform into Little Batman in order to defend his home and Gotham City from crooks, supervillains, intent on destroying Christmas. This sounds like Home Alone Batman style.
That's going to be epic and so amazing. I still need to go back and watch the animated series again.
Yes, you do. And then you need to watch Batman Beyond.
I have a major life event occurring here soon, so there may be a lot of time in the middle of the night to watch this series again. Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, we have a release date for Injustice, which is going to be coming out on October 19th. So a little late for. We're going to be delayed in our Watchtower for a while.
Probably,
but we'll eventually get to watching Injustice at some point.
Yeah, I'll probably still watch it. I just won't be able to talk about it.
Yeah. Skipping down for a second, we've got a new look at the new costume for Aquaman 2, which I don't see much difference from, you know, the costume at the end of Aquaman 1, but it looks cool.
Let me take a look at it again. My computer, my iPad's acting up here, trying to open up links for some reason.
I think they changed the belt, but yeah, I mean, he's finally in the orange and green suit, and it looks like he may be in that suit for more than, you know, the last 20 minutes of the movie.
It doesn't look much different. I mean,
yeah, but it looks more like the traditional, you know, Aquaman costume. So
yeah, it looks like like you said, it looks like they added that belt, and they got little side things on his hips now too that he didn't have originally. But yeah, everything else looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait a minute. if you scroll over, there's a black version of the suit.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Are we getting into Justice League territory here and copying Superman?
Could be. All right. Well, we saw that. So there's a nice new.
That one looks cool.
Yeah. So there's a new costume.
Yeah, there is
on that one. So y'all go out and check that out.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And then these last two are related. So first of all, we're gonna be talking about the Doom Patrol Season 3 trailer, which dropped this week.
I really don't know what I just saw.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Although I posted this in Discord, I find it hilarious that Michelle Gomez that they're talking to Michelle Gomez about whether or not time travel exists when she was playing a Time Lord for a few seasons of Doctor Who. So I just find that hilarious.
I just find it funny that Cliff is going to time travel.
Yeah.
That's what exhilarates me the most, him trying to time travel.
Yeah.
Just saying. Can I just say I really want to see some Mr. Nobody again. Like, I miss Alan Tudyk's Mr. Nobody. Somehow we got to bring him back. And from what it looks like too, we don't get a lot of Chief in this season at all. Mm-hmm. Which is ironic since like his daughter going ballistic at the end of the last season.
Well, maybe he's going off to deal with Dorothy while the rest of the Doom Patrol deals with the Sisterhood of Dada and the Brotherhood of Evil.
Yeah, maybe it's like two converging timelines.
Maybe.
I mean, two converging stories eventually cross in the end.
Maybe.
I hope, because they just can't like drop the whole storyline they had at the end of the season.
But the cannibalistic butts are back.
Yes.
Yeah, I have no idea what we just saw. But speaking of Doom Patrol, because this is related, HBO Max has ordered a pilot episode for DC's Dead Boy Detectives, and the Dead Boy Detectives are apparently going to be making their debut in Doom Patrol Season 3. So I don't know anything about this property.
I don't know anything about them either.
Yeah. But the two leads for the Dead Boy Detectives made their first appearance in Sandman number 25, written by Neil Gaiman and artists Matt Wagner and Malcolm Jones III. So we once more have some Neil Gaiman characters making their way into live action stuff. So cool there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anything about it, so I guess it's okay then.
Yeah. Sebastian Croft and Ty Tennant will be portraying Roland and Payne in Doom Patrol, and I don't know if they're attached to the new pilot or not. It doesn't say.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Well, is that all our news?
That is our
news.
Yay.
So our Gideon's character archive then. I have been looking forward to this one because I like this character very much, and I'm excited about bringing him a little bit closer to you. So, a few weeks ago, we mentioned that we have a Blue Beetle movie that's coming, and on HBO Max, and I'm a live-action one, so I thought, well, let's do Blue Beetle. So I kind of want to set a little bit of preference for Blue Beetle. There are actually 3 Blue Beetles in the DC universe. There is Dan Garrett, which appeared in 1939 in Mystery Men Comics, which was created by Charles Nicholas. You have Ted Kord, which we've seen Ted Kord one time in Black Lightning. He just kind of make like a quick appearance on TV, and that was it.
And we've also seen hints at Kord Industries in Arrow and Flash. So we know he's around somewhere.
Right.
We just don't know if his Blue Beetle is ever going to show up in the Arrowverse, CWverse, whatever you want to call it.
Right. He's probably the most well-known Blue Beetle because he's been the one that's been Blue Beetle, I think, the longest. But So Ted Cord appeared in 1966, created by Steve Ditko. But the one we're going to focus on this one, and it's because it's the one where the movie's going to be out. It's going to be about. It's going to be Jaime Reyes. He came apart in 2006 in Infinity Crisis #3. He was created by Keith Giffen, John Rogers, and Coley Hammer. Jaime Reyes was a relatively normal high school student from El Paso, Texas. His father ran a garage, his mother was a paramedic, and his little sister was a brat. Jaime hung out with his two best friends, Brenda and Paco, the mediator between the hardworking Brenda and the very lazy, laid-back Paco. Jaime really wanted to help his father out in the garage, but Alberto turned him down because he didn't want to see his son to grow up too fast. He wanted him to be a kid, so he didn't let him work there with him. Mm-hmm. So, some while before, though, Ted Cord, the second Blue Beetle, had come into possession of the Blue Beetle Scarab, which we'll talk about here in just a second, which had given Dan Garrett, the first Blue Beetle, his powers. The Scarab had been presumed destroyed early in Ted's superhero career, but it was discovered intact in a pyramid in the Middle East. Ted lost the Scarab on a visit to the Rock of Eternity, which is home to the Who, everybody?
Shazam!
Shazam! Shortly afterwards, he met his death at the hands of Maxwell Lord, the Black King of Checkmate.
See my profile on Amanda Waller, because I think I did mention this.
You did, yeah. and here's what. I just think it's funny. Phew, that's good. I love it. The Rock of Eternity was later destroyed in mystical battle between Shazam and the Spectre. Its contents blasted across the world. The Blue Beetle Scarab came down in El Paso, fire important in its wake. Jaime discovered the Scarab on the way home from school with Paco and Brenda, half buried in the disused lot. He took it home, curious as to what it might be. That night, the Scarab came alive and grafted itself to the base of Jaime's spine.
As artifacts such as these are known to do. See right. Troll hunters, among other things.
Yeah, so just be careful on what you bring home and put on your back. Yeah. That's essentially what we're asking.
Well, no, be careful what you bring home because it might attach itself to you.
Yes. But other than that, I mean, there's, it's a typical, he helps out a little bit. Batman brings him up to the tower because, that's how Batman is. Mm-hmm. Everybody kind of, works with him, helps him, that kind of thing. We'll talk about who he got involved with in a while. But some of his powers and abilities that he had, pretty much the Blue Beetle Scarab. Apart from that, he's got nothing. Presently, it's bonded to Jaime's spine. This symbiosis gives him access to the Scarab's power whenever he chooses. The Scarab can and will use its power of its own accord. We've seen that in a couple of the episodes where he just goes into kill mode automatically.
Yeah.
And Jaime has to bring him down. However, he can override the Scarab if he need be. Should Jaime fall prey to a mind-altering power, the Scarab will take control of the armor. When necessary, Jaime can have the Scarab take over in infiltrator mode. Think Spider-Man in activate kill mode.
I was actually thinking, if Jaime got possessed by Starro, then the Scarab could probably take over and not be affected by Starro. I don't know that Jaime's ever come into contact with Starro though, so I could be wrong. That may not work that well.
No. We saw what happened to Polka Dot Man.
Yes.
When this happens, though, when he does enter infiltrator mode, the suit gets taller, more muscular, grows spikes, and allows itself to fight without Jaime's conscience as a restriction. Right now, the Scarab can only go as far as Jaime allows it to go, but there can come a time where
it goes into kill mode.
It goes into kill mode, pretty much, yeah, and Jaime can't stop it. This lets it fight more brutally. However, Jaime and the Scarab do not like this and only resort to it in desperate situations. So some powers it gives the power for metamorphosis. It's got weaponry power with sound manipulation, energy projection, energy manipulation, shape shifting. It gives them flight, superhuman durability. It gives him scanners that he can scan different things, translation. It gives him a slight healing factor, superhuman strength, mechanokinesis, which is the ability to control machines. Perception of extra-dimensional objects. So if there's an extra-dimensional object, it can easily pick up on those objects. And in something that's called bleed diving, which I had no idea what this was. But bleed diving, Jaime can shift into the bleed, which is a space that connects various universes, which can be used to teleport or travel back in time a few minutes to be in two places at once. However, Jaime only has enough energy to do this 3 times in quick succession.
Interesting.
So he can travel. So for example, for those who have seen Doom Patrol, the space in between the various universes would be like the white spaces in between the comic book panels. Where Mr. Nobody would lie out. Spoiler warning for season 1. So there is that. As far as weakness goes, the reach check is capable of piercing the armor. The Scarab has very little known knowledge of magic, making it very hard for it to analyze magical beings, and even making it panic when confronted by magic-using enemies. Also, strong magnetic forces tend to block the Scarab's sight ability.
So don't let him go up against like Mixus Piglet or something like that.
Yes, pretty much. Some
by the way, you said Mixie's going to be making another appearance on Supergirl.
Yeah, I saw that. Dang it, Dreamer.
Well, Nixie's already on coming back, but I'm talking about Mixie.
No! I was talking about the other one that messed up with Dreamer.
Yeah. Again with the hey, you think you might want to talk to Kara about what you're seeing before you go back and try
She's sleep deprived. I know.
Yeah, I know they're trying to not let Kara, to not burden Kara with having to remember the Phantom Zone, but come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually they need to.
Yeah.
Notable groups: he's been a part of the Justice League, Teen Titans, Secret Six, and Justice League International. Just a couple of interesting trivias. Jaime is Mexican American because one of his grandmothers does live in Mexico City. I thought it was very cool to put out there. Also, his deepest desire is to be a dentist. As revealed by Eclipso. He just wants to be a dentist. Like oh shoot, I forgot that Rudolph guy's name. Hermie just wants to be a dentist.
As long as he doesn't want to be like the dentist in Little Shop of Horrors, we're good.
Most notable comic storylines: Infinite Crisis, Battle at the Border, Blackest Night, and Brightest Day. In media, he's appeared in Smallville. He was in season 10. He was portrayed by Jerem Brant Bartlett. He was voiced by Will Friedle in Batman: The Brave and the Bold. He was in Young Justice Invasion, voiced by Eric Lopez. He was voiced in Justice League vs. Teen Titans and Teen Titans: The Judas Contract by Jake T. Austin. And in the upcoming Blue Beetle film, he will be portrayed by can't say this guy's name.
Do we have confirmation of this?
He pretty much confirmed it as well. So
Zolo Maridueña.
Yes, he also, in case you don't know who he is, watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
So he plays Miguel Diaz on Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been confirmed to play Blue Beetle, and he's a great actor, and he looks like he fits the perfect.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mold of Jaime Reyes, so
yeah.
I'm digging that. But anyways, that's Blue Beetle. So that's your Gideon's character archive for this week. So, all right, Carrie, what are we doing in the Watchtower this week?
For the Watchtower, we are finishing up The Long Halloween Part 2. The killer known as Holiday continues to stalk the Falcone family while a new class of costume criminal rises in Gotham City. Batman suspects a former ally might be the serial killer. I half remembered who Holiday ended up being. What did you? Who did you suspect before the end? And when did you figure it out? Did you figure it out?
I never figured it out. Like, I could not pinpoint it. I tried so hard. I could not pinpoint who it was. They really got me good. I really was expecting, like, Edward Nygma to show up somehow.
No, I knew. Okay, I knew Riddler. I knew Riddler wasn't involved. I remembered enough to remember that Riddler wasn't involved. I could have sworn it was Harvey. And I should say I could have sworn I remembered it being Two-Face, not Harvey. I thought Harvey. I knew the split personality was supposed to come out at some point before he got scarred. But for some reason I thought it was Harvey who was doing the killing.
Well, it could have been Harvey doing the killing, because after he got scarred, he was still doing killing, and they still showed him as a normal face even before.
Well, no. I thought it was something like, Harvey, the Two-Face personality takes over, does the execution, and then Harvey wakes up later not knowing what happened.
Okay.
And I knew they were playing with the whole split personality before. I remember them playing with the whole split personality thing before he got scarred and became Two-Face. But I forgot about his wife.
Yeah, I didn't even think about her.
Yeah, me neither. I completely forgot about that, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, the baby bottle. That makes sense now, because yeah. And I know we don't get into a lot of politics and stuff, so I'm just gonna be very vague. Covering this movie right now turns out to be very timely in light of some current events, and all I'm gonna say is certain laws don't apply to men with power, no matter how much they say that it's going to. So we'll just leave it at that.
But it was a decent movie. I'm glad I saw it. It's probably not one of my favorites of this new set, but I'm glad I saw it. It was interesting. It was the first movie in a while that made me think. And I think maybe I'm just bitter because I couldn't figure it out before the end. And that's why it's not one of my favorites. Because that's how I get. I'm bitter at that.
That's not very sporting of you.
I know, but I mean, it was okay. I'm excited that the next one we get is Injustice, so I'm kind of interested in really seeing that one and seeing that whole storyline play out. Maybe what we need to do is 1 week we need to kind of discuss what the Injustice storyline is, so people know before that movie comes out. Maybe kind of give a heads up. Okay, so this is what Injustice is, because it's kind of like the highlights you need to know. Of what the movie is before it even comes out. Right. That'd be good. But but this one, I was not expecting Harvey's wife to be the killer. I didn't think it was Harvey at all. I just think it would have been too on the nose for somebody they were pointing out for two movies to be. It was nice to see Scarecrow.
Yeah. That fight between Selina and Ivy at Wayne Manor was just awesome. It was love that fight.
Really good. Like, it was like a really good fight. By the way, good job, Bruce, at selling everything you own and love in 3 months.
Well, almost everything. She didn't quite get him to sign over Wayne Enterprises.
She straight seduced him.
Yes, and Alfred. And Alfred. And he didn't realize that he had been out of touch for 3 months. Good job.
Yeah. But it was okay. It was not high on my list, but it was okay. It was kind of average animated. But they all can't be a winner. I did like Man of Tomorrow. So that one was really good. But yeah. So. Yeah.
I very well along this same timeline sane round of movies, not including Injustice, because I know that's going to be something completely different. But I'm curious to see what else they're going to put together for that, especially because, Mike, you probably didn't see the end credit scene again, did you?
I did watch the end credit scene of this one. I just can't remember what it was about, but I did watch it.
Flash and Green Arrow show up at Wayne Manor on Halloween night.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's the lead-in for the next movie in this series, or if that's just them being cute.
Let's see. I'm not 100% sure.
Have they announced? I mean, there's the Catwoman movie. There's Injustice. Have they announced anything else for?
I don't think they have. Now there's a Screen Rant article about how it could set up the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred has a fondness with giving stuff away. Bruce says that people don't make its way out here, that kind of thing. And then, of course, final credit fade to black. Alfred entered the door. Green Arrow and Flash. Without batting an eye, Alfred said, "It's for you, sir." And then the scene came to a close. I think it's going to have something to do with Injustice. I just don't know how.
I think
maybe they're forming the new Justice League, because obviously we don't have a Justice League yet in this.
No, because that's what the last movie was getting ready to set up.
So maybe at the same time, Screen Rant also says another possibility is that maybe Green Arrow and Flash in question that we saw are from a world of DC's Injustice. They came from a different world to search Batman to help them retake their Earth, because on Injustice, it's a world where Superman becomes a tyrant, leading Batman of that world to travel to another Earth to recruit the world's Justice Leagues to help him fight Superman and his allies. So maybe they came to recruit Batman.
You know what? They've been pretty good at keeping the art forms separated, so I don't think it's going to be that. That is kind of what they did in Justice League, the animated series.
Right.
When Superman decides that killing Lex is a good idea. But otherwise, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it anyway, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
So next up then, do you have any more thoughts for Halloween Part 2?
No, it's a good movie, guys. Go watch it. If you can get your hands on the comics, go read it. It is the art is lovely, and it's just 13 issues of just awesome storytelling.
Absolutely. So our next movie then is the movie that first came out on June 2013 at San Diego Comic-Con, because we're kind of done with this continuity so far. We finally caught up. It is Necessary Evil, the supervillains of DC Comics. So it's kind of like a documentary a little bit. If the only way, unless you purchase it from YouTube, Google, Apple, Vudu, Amazon Prime, that kind of thing, is if you have HBO Max, you can watch it with HBO Max.
Okay.
So
this is my fourth public service announcement for this episode. Batman: The Long Halloween is available on Kindle and Comixology for $4.
Nice.
It's like 87% off. So that's book 1 of 2, though.
Yes. Okay.
I think the two book series is $13 for both issues.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. So check that out, and we still don't know 100% yet of what we're doing after we do this next movie, but we will let you know when we figure out what we're doing.
We may take a breather.
Yeah, we may take a breather from the Watchtower for a second, or we may just, hey, let's talk about, we saw Titans this week. What happened on Titans? Because Titans has been pretty good this year.
Yeah, so far.
So we may just roll that way. But until then, hey, listen, it's been great. It's been wonderful. And this has been DC Talk with Mike and Carrie. And until next time, have a good one. Stay safe and be kind. Rewind.
Kids, ask your parents.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.